Entitled Parents Demand That My Daughter Date Their Son to Help His Self-Esteem. I'm a little late in posting this as it took place 3 years ago back in 2023, but figured now is as good a time as any to write about this. Additionally, ages mentioned here were how old we were back in 2023. 3 years ago, my eldest daughter, 38 female, who I'll call AZ, 17 female, graduated from high school. She and a couple of her friends decided to do a gap year to do things like go to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour show in LA and travel across Southern Europe. Now earlier, further back, she was having with an autistic boy who I'll call FS, male, 19, who became obsessed with my daughter AZ, kept trying to ask her out, took photos of her right in front of her, etc. Now, I won't get into this part in too much detail, as it deserves its own separate post, but long story short. AZ told me and my husband Jack, male, 48, we got the school involved. FS parents one night showed up at our place uninvited. FS has been stalking my daughter, so he knew where we lived. FS parents tried to get us to withdraw our complaint, telling us MFS was special and harmless. How our complaint against their son is causing him stress. Demanding that my daughter AZ apologize to FS for calling him a creep and loser. FS dad demanding AZ at least give FS a shot, as it would help his self-esteem issues, etc. They only left when police showed up and told them to leave. FS was later forced to change schools. P.S. I myself am autistic, but I do generally recognize boundaries and basic respect. Fast forward back to August 2023. My daughter AZ was in LA for the Eras Tour show there and was going to be jetting off to Europe in a few weeks. From out off the blue, FS parents ran into me at the Costco parking lot and tried talking to me about their son and how he's still into my daughter. They told me that FS was still stalking my daughter, and apparently he heard about my daughter's plan to move to California to live with my in-laws and study at Berkeley. They again asked or really demanded that I get my daughter to abandon her plans to move to California, as it would hurt FS' chances with her. That FS didn't have any other friends, and how AZ dating FS would help his self-esteem. I forgot to mention that FS did used to be friends with AZ and her friends. Years ago when FS and his family moved here to MA, they were originally from Indiana, I think. As FS was a bit of a lonely new kid, AZ did invite him to hang out with her and her friends, and they were accepting of him until FS started being creepy around my daughter. Anyway, back to the parking lot. I asked FS parents if they thought it was reasonable for my daughter to give up on her plans to go to college, which her grandparents, my in-laws, were paying for, to which they went completely silent. FS mom then tried saying that AZ could at least spend a couple days hanging out with FS to get to know him better, suggesting that rather than a formal date, they could do something small like go to church together, to which I pointed out my daughters and I